Hi there, my name is Bandy and this is my channel BandysBooks, and today we're here to do something a little bit different. So I recently passed 500 subscribers and then 600 subscribers, and so I know that I have a lot of new people to my channel, so I just wanted to do a reintroduction video, kind of let you know a little bit about me, about my channel, about where I want to go going forward, and just some fun stuff that you might not learn otherwise. So here we are. So my channel is called BandysBooks, and that seems to be confusing sometimes for people. I think people think it's my first name. My first name is actually Caitlin, and Bandy is my last name, and I like alliteration, so I put BandysBooks together. And as a kid, I feel like some of my neighbors would be like, oh, here comes the Bandy girl, or there's the Bandy child. So Bandy is just kind of stuck, and yeah, that's how I got my channel name. But my first name is Caitlin, and you can call me either one. It's totally fine. I live in Las Vegas, but I'm originally from San Diego, California. I grew up about 20 minutes from the Mexican border in kind of the mid-city area of San Diego. My parents still live in the same house that I grew up in, still there in San Diego. My mom actually owns a little free library and is super into the bookish community. So if you're ever in San Diego, let me know and I'll send you her information for her little free library. Stop by and say hello. She's super friendly and she loves to talk to people about books. My dad's also super friendly and is retired, so he's home a lot and also enjoys talking to people about books. So, you know, they love having visitors to their little free library. And my mom is actually the one that's responsible for me getting into Booktube and Bookstagram. Because my mom started a little free library, she started an Instagram to post about her little free library and get to know other little free library stewards. And I went, geez, I read a lot, you know, maybe I should create a Bookstagram to talk about books as well. And so that's where it started. And then I was like, wait, I have a lot to say about books though, and I can't always say it in a short post. Maybe I should create a YouTube. And then I jumped into this without any experience. I'd never filmed a video. I had no equipment. I was doing it on my cell phone. I'm still doing it on my cell phone. I didn't even know how to edit a video when I started this. And it took me way longer than I'd like to admit to figure out how to upload that first video. But here we are. It's been a year and a half and it's been interesting. Last year went a little different than I expected. I was super consistent the first couple months that I was on here, which was in 2021. And I was growing, making a lot of friends. And then in 2022, things just kind of went a little bit sideways. Unfortunately, health and work and different things led me to a point where I was not being as consistent as I would have liked. And my YouTube kind of took a back burner just because it takes so much, you know, time. It's not just shooting the videos, but all the editing and the uploading and all of that. And I kind of faded off. But in 2023, I decided that I really wanted to give this a full-hearted shot, really wanted to get engaged with the community, involved with Booktube, and really like make an effort at creating these videos. So January, I've been posting pretty much every single day since I made that decision, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's been a lot of fun connecting with different people, and obviously my channel has been growing since, which is a very exciting thing. So I'm super happy that I've been more committed, and I anticipate being really committed going forward as well. I have a great lineup coming in the next couple months, and I'm just looking forward to creating more content. So if you're trying to figure out what exactly this channel fits into in regards to niche, I don't really have a niche. That's the answer. I just like books. Books are my niche, and I haven't found one genre specifically that holds my interest enough to discuss it in great detail. I like to be able to read as my moods go. So, you know, when I'm feeling angsty, I might want to pick up, you know, a really deep emotional drama, or, you know, if I'm in the mood to like be scared a bit, I want some horror, or, you know, if I need to like suspend reality for a bit, you know, a fantasy, a science fiction, those kind of things really help. And part of my enjoyment of books for me is like I enjoy each genre because I can take a break and read a different genre. Like, how boring would life be if you only read the same things over and over again? I know that, I guess I shouldn't say it that way because I know that works for some people, but for me, beauty is in variety. Beauty is in exploration of a lot of different topics. I also make a really huge effort on my channel to read diversely. I'm very conscientious of the fact that publishing is still very biased towards specific writers and authors. And so I make a conscientious effort to try to read diversely. I try to read across different races, across different genders, different sexualities. I try to read different, you know, books from different continents, exploring different perspectives and point of view. I think one of the most beautiful things that reading provides is the opportunity to learn, whether you're reading something that's fictional or non-fictional. So for me, that's why I find reading diversely and inclusively incredibly important. Aside from books, I work as a chef professionally. I am currently running a meal prep company here in Las Vegas called The Good Life, and we focus on healthy but tasty meal preps. And that's a lot of fun. I get to be pretty hands-on with the menu and creative. It's not the most fine dining food. It's definitely designed to be practical for people to eat in their day-to-day life, but it is delicious and it is nutritious. So it powers the soul and it powers the body, and that's what more can you ask for from food? So that is my professional life. And then in my personal life, I live at home with my partner Oz. Oz is Cuban, but he grew up in Angola, which is in the southern portion of Africa. We've been together for about 3 years and living together for a couple years now. And together we enjoy hiking, we enjoy road tripping, we enjoy rock climbing. We're very, very outdoor oriented people. I know that sometimes that seems like a bit of a conflict of interest since I'm bookworm and I love to like lay on the couch and read, but we try to balance. We try to, have some at-home time, some reading time, and then we have some camping and outdoor time as well. And we recently adopted a pup named Luna. If you've seen any of my videos here in January, then you will probably have seen Luna as well, because she likes to jump in and out of my videos. Every time I'm sitting on the floor, I think, in fact, she thinks I'm here to play with her. Right now, the only reason she's not jumping into this is because she's asleep and she hasn't woken up yet. Other than that, I have a huge love for travel. I have so far been to 25 countries. I've been to 4 continents. I've been all over North America and South America, been along the western coast of Europe, and I've been through several places in Asia, including the Middle East. I am hoping that in May, Oz and I will be taking a trip to Angola to visit his parents, which will mean that I will get to go to the continent of Africa for the very first time. And I'm so, so excited about that. I've been learning Portuguese, and Portuguese is the primary language there. So that is gonna be a real big test to see how well I can fare in a third language. Speaking of which, I'm also really into languages. I do speak English and Spanish fluently. I learned Spanish when I was about 16, working in a local taco shop. And I do have a goal of being fluent in 5 languages before I die, so Portuguese will be my 3rd when I reach fluency there. I also speak a handful of other languages. I took a couple years of Arabic in college. I also took French for 2 years in high school and 2 years in college. And like when I go over to France, I can order food, I can ask basic questions, I can understand a little bit of very slowly spoken French. So that's the level of conversationality that I have. I also do okay in Tagalog. I grew up in a Filipino neighborhood, so I grew up hearing a lot of Tagalog. And when I went to the Philippines a couple years back with my best friend, I actually was surprised at how much I could understand. I did okay ordering food, basic conversation, things like that. So that's all my linguistic stuff. Other than that, fun factoids, I grew up racing motorcycles in Southern California. My dad was a professional motocross racer and got me into motocross when I was about 11 years old. I still have a motocross bike sitting at home in my dad's garage. Unfortunately, I don't have a truck or a garage to store it here in Las Vegas, but every time I go home to San Diego, we get out to the motorcycle track. I'm also really big into scuba diving. A couple years ago, I had quit my job and went off on a couple years of traveling. And while I was doing that, I took up scuba diving. And I'm one of those people that cannot do anything just casually. Like, I'm either all in or all out. So I basically in several months took everything from my open water all the way to my rescue dive certification. I also took specialties in night diving, deep diving, and dry suit certification. I did my open water in the Galapagos Islands, and then I did my advanced and my rescue course, as well as my night and deep certifications in Corn Island, Nicaragua. And then I did my dry suit certification in Alaska, in Whittier Bay. Since then, I've dove in 8 countries now, I think. I've dove warm water, I've dove cold water, I've dove fresh water, I've dove salt water, I've dove at altitudes, I've dove with beautiful tropical Caribbean clear water where you can see 100 feet below you, and I've dove in limited visibility like Pacific, California, where you can see a few feet. And I love the dive life. Unfortunately, here in Vegas, we're a bit landlocked, so there's not a lot of opportunities for diving. But when I get home to San Diego, if I have time, I always try to get out for a dive. And I'm hoping that when we go to Angola in May or June, that I'll maybe get to sneak in a couple dives over there as well, because there is a ton of coastline and I imagine there's some extraordinary diving. I guess if you wanted a little bit more detail about me as a person, I am definitely somebody that tends to overthink quite a bit. If you see these videos, a lot of the times I've shot them 3 or 4 times because I'll say stuff and then I'll sit there and think about how I've said it and then refilm it and then edit it and go back. And it's just because I want to put my best foot forward. I want to articulate what I'm trying to say really well. And honestly, like at the end of the night, I'll be like in bed thinking about, and not just for YouTube, I mean, this is a general issue throughout my life. I'll be like thinking about what I've said all day long. So I do put a lot of thought into that kind of stuff. I'm really, really friendly. I love to meet new people. So please don't ever feel shy about reaching out. If you have a question about a book, if I've ever said something that's unclear, if you're watching one of my cooking videos and you have questions about the instructions I've provided, if you want to know where a little free library was or a bookstore that I went to, please, please, please reach out. I'm happy to answer questions. I love engaging. This was my primary motive for getting involved in Booktube, was getting to engage with this lovely community. So that's it for this video. I hope this helped you understand who I am a little bit better and who this channel is a little bit better. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button and comment down below. Let me know what your top 3 favorite genres are. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you never miss a video. I would love to see you again soon. Thanks so much for joining. Bye.